let's get real. Are you looking ahead to 2025? Feeling that squeeze? AI changing everything, the market bouncing all over the place, just this constant flood of
So
information.
it's a lot, definitely overwhelming for many.
Right. And are you letting that fear, that little knot in your stomach, dictate what you do? Maybe holding you back, even kind of sabotaging your chances before you start.
That's a dangerous place to be.
Exactly. It's time to wake up. Just coasting. That's a guaranteed failure in 2025. Seriously. If you want to build something that lasts, something that thrives, you need, well, an unbreakable mind.
And that's what we're digging into today, isn't it?
That's the plan. We're going deep into David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. But this isn't just a book summary. No way.
Mhm.
We are pulling out the hardcore actionable tactics you can actually use, like right now, to build that mental fortress for whatever 2025 decides to throw at us.
Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive. And yeah, forget the usual book report style. We love Goggins' story. It's incredible. But today's about translation.
Translation, I like that.
Yeah, turning his raw principles into concrete steps. Steps for you, whether you're, an entrepreneur trying to figure out AI, a leader guiding a team through all this flux, or honestly, anyone just committed to seriously leveling up.
So why Goggins specifically for now, for 2025?
Well, look around. The pace of change is just relentless, isn't it?
He really is.
And the mental power needed to keep up, to master new tech, adapt to market swings, stay ahead. It demands serious mental toughness.
Hmm.
Goggins is basically the embodiment of that.
He really is.
His message isn't just motivational fluff. It's about building the core mental strength you need to succeed, maybe even just to stay relevant today.
Okay, enough setup. Let's get tactical. We've boiled down Goggins' core stuff into four really powerful takeaways specifically geared for 2025.
Okay, first up, the 2025 accountability mirror. Now, Goggins talks a lot about this accountability mirror.
Oh, yeah. But let's be clear, this is not about looking in the mirror and telling yourself affirmations. Forget you're awesome.
No, definitely not.
This is cold, hard, brutal honesty. Standing there and facing your weaknesses, your excuses, your reality, the good, the bad, the really ugly parts, without any sugarcoating.
And why is that level of honesty so critical right now heading into 2025?
Well, think about how fast everything's moving. AI isn't just some future thing, it's changing jobs now. Remote work, great, but it also opens doors for uh, new kinds of slacking off.
True. And market shifts can suddenly expose weaknesses you didn't even realize you had. You just can't afford blind spots anymore.
Exactly. Pretending you understand AI when you don't, or, ignoring that those extra hours binge watching aren't hitting your productivity, that's like taking the fast lane to irrelevance.
Mhm.
This mirror forces you, maybe painfully, to see the gap where you are versus where you need to be for your 2025 goals.
So, okay, let's make it real. What's the action plan? How does someone actually use this accountability mirror?
All right, here's the drill. Step one, schedule it, like tonight or tomorrow morning. Find a mirror, no distractions. Step two, ask the hard questions out loud. Seriously, say it. What excuses am I using for my biggest 2025 goals? What skills? Maybe it is AI. Maybe it's better communication. Maybe getting finances straight. Am I actively avoiding?
Oof. Yeah.
And the tough one. Where am I cutting corners? My health, learning, that business development stuff I keep pushing off.
Saying it out loud makes it harder to ignore, I bet. Then what?
Then post-it notes. Write down those raw, honest answers, no filtering, and stick them right on the mirror so they stare back at you.
Just like Goggins did with his weight in gold.
Exactly. He plastered his mirror. And this isn't a one off. Step four is the daily check in. Every day, look at those notes, ask, what one small thing did I do today to tackle one of these?
The daily action. It's key. It's not about just staring at problems.
No, it's about chipping away at them consistently. Goggins used it relentlessly. And honestly, think about successful entrepreneurs. They often have this almost scary level of self awareness, right? They see things as they are.
They're not afraid of the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Okay, good. Let's shift to the second takeaway. Callous your mind. Embrace 2025's discomfort. I love that term, callous your mind.
It's powerful, isn't it? Like calloused hands from hard work. Goggins' idea is you got to intentionally seek out discomfort. Choose the hard path sometimes.
Why? What's the benefit?
So that when life, or 2025, inevitably throws you a curveball, the involuntary hardship, you don't just crumble, you've built up resilience.
Makes sense. And for 2025 specifically.
Because comfort is the enemy right now. Seriously. In a world needing constant adaptation, comfort is quicksand.
How so?
Think about the discomfort of learning complex new AI tools, or pivoting your business model, or having tough remote team conversations. If you always avoid the unpleasant stuff,
You'll be fragile when the real storms hit.
exactly, building that mental callus, now it's like prepping your defenses.
Okay, so practically, how do we start callousing our minds for 2025? What's the action plan?
All right, plan is do something that sucks every single day. Something small you just don't want to do.
Like what?
Goggins is big on this. Maybe it's a 1 minute cold shower finish. Maybe tackling that tedious admin task you hate. Reading that dense report instead of scrolling. Making that awkward call.
Just consistently doing something unpleasant.
Yes. And then, step 2, gradually increase it. Like weight training. Cold shower gets easier. Go for 90 seconds. Basic admin done. Tackle a slightly harder one. Stretch that comfort zone constantly.
It's not about self-torture, but building tolerance.
Precisely. And the third piece is mindset, the reframe.
Ah, yes. How you think about it.
When that urge to quit hits learning something new, grinding through work, acknowledge the feeling, recognize it as discomfort, and then tell yourself, yes, this is hard. This is where growth happens. This is callousing my mind.
That shifts it from a negative to a positive
But
almost.
totally. Goggins does this to the extreme, obviously, with his
Yeah.
endurance feats. We're not saying run 100 miles.
Right. Probably not advised for most of us.
But think of entrepreneurs who had to reinvent everything, or leaders like Musk facing massive production challenges. That's pushing through immense discomfort. That's a calloused mind in action.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's move to number 3. The cookie jar fueling 2025 persistence. This sounds much nicer than callousing your mind.
Yeah, it sounds friendlier, but it's just as powerful. Cookie jar is Goggins' trick for when you hit a wall, when that voice says give up.
So what is it exactly?
It's a mental inventory. You reach back and grab memories of past accomplishments, obstacles you've already overcome. You remind yourself, hey, I got through that, so I can handle this.
It's like drawing on past proof of your own toughness.
Exactly. It refuels your resolve.
And how does this apply to the, let's say, inevitable bumps in the road in 2025?
Because setbacks will happen, guaranteed. Marketing campaign fails, funding disappears, AI project hits snags.
Right. Stuff goes wrong.
And your motivation tanks. Self-doubt creeps in. The cookie jar is your personal evidence locker against that negativity. It proves you are capable because you've done hard things before.
It's concrete proof to counter the negative self-talk. So how do we build this cookie jar? What's the plan?
Action plan. Create it now, today. Notebook, digital doc, whatever. Start listing every significant challenge you've overcome. Big stuff, small stuff. Passed a hard exam, finished a tough project, learned a difficult skill, faced a fear, landed that first client. Write it all down. Be specific.
Get detail about the wins, and then.
Step 2, feel the victory again. As you write each one, pause. Remember how it felt to succeed. The relief, the pride. Anchor that feeling to the memory.
Connecting the emotion makes it more potent.
Crucial. Then, step 3, use it. In 2025, when you hit that wall, feel overwhelmed, doubt yourself, stop. Access the list, pick a cookie, remind yourself, I did that. It was hard, but I did it. I have what it takes for this too.
It becomes an active tool for resilience.
Totally. Goggins used it in Hell Week, in races. Think about leaders who recovered from public failure, like Steve Jobs coming back to Apple. They had to tap into that past resilience. And you, listening right now, you have cookies in your jar. You just need to recognize them and start using them.
That's empowering. Okay, final takeaway. The 40% rule unlocking untapped 2025 potential. This sounds big.
It's huge. It's maybe Goggins' most famous concept. He says when your mind screams, I'm done, can't do anymore, you're actually only at about 40% of your real capacity.
Only 40%. Seriously.
Seriously. Your brain wants to protect you, keep you safe and comfy, but there's way more in the tank.
So that feeling of total exhaustion,
Yeah.
it's often a trick.
Pretty much a protective mechanism. And knowing this for 2025, it's critical. The demands are only increasing, right?
Yeah.
Faster learning for AI, smarter work, more resilience needed.
Mm.
If you always stop at that first I'm done signal, you're leaving like 60% of your potential on the table. Understanding the rule means you can consciously push past it.
Even just a little bit further.
Exactly. Just a bit more on that presentation when you're fried. An extra 30 minutes mastering that software. One more sales call. Those little pushes, compounded over 2025. Massive advantage.
Okay, how do we do that? How do we apply the 40% rule? Action plan time.
Okay, plan. First, recognize the signal. Start noticing that feeling, that mental wall where you want to quit. Physical effort, mental effort, doesn't matter. See it not as the end, but as the 40% mark.
Just build awareness of that specific feeling.
Yes. Second, Consciously push 5 or 10% further. Not a giant leap, just a little more. One more page. 5 more minutes of focus. One extra rep. Small, deliberate pushes.
So it's about manageable extensions, not
Yeah.
sudden heroics.
Right. And crucially, third step, acknowledge it every time you do it. Recognize I pushed past the 40% mark there. This builds confidence. It literally expands what you believe you're capable of over time.
You're basically retraining your brain's definition of limit.
That's it exactly. It's pure Goggins. Think athletes breaking records, entrepreneurs building empires through sheer grind. They live by this, maybe without calling it the 40% rule, but they push past perceived limits constantly.
Okay, so pulling this all together, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the core message people should take from Goggins into 2025?
I think the biggest thing is realizing your limits.
Yeah.
They're mostly in your head, especially the mental ones.
Self-imposed.
Right. And the challenges of 2025 AI, markets, information overload, they need more than just skills. They need a forged mind, intentionally built.
So these 4 takeaways,
Uh,
they're the tools for forging.
they are the accountability mirror for brutal honesty, callousing your mind by embracing discomfort, the cookie jar for resilience fuel, the 40% rule to unlock potential. These aren't just coping mechanisms. They're tools to build the mental infrastructure to dominate 2025.
So the final word is,
Stop waiting for motivation. Start doing the hard stuff. Start forging that unbreakable mind today.
powerful stuff. So was this actionable for you? Did you get value for tackling your 2025 goals? If yes, do us a favor and smash that like button. It really helps other people find this.
And your homework. Right now, go to the comments. Tell us the #1 Goggins takeaway you are committing to using this week. Is it the mirror, callousing, the cookie jar, the 40% rule?
Put it out there. Accountability time.
Let's see it in the comments. Let's support each other.
And hey, if you want more deep dives like this, more practical breakdowns to help you conquer 2025 and what comes next, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the next strategies we break down. Lots more to come to help you succeed.